He helped end the deadliest war in human history. He laid the foundations of artificial intelligence. And then, his own country destroyed him. This is the story of Alan Turing, the man who saved millions of lives and paid for it with his own. Alan Turing was not a hero in the traditional sense. He wasn't charismatic, he wasn't powerful, and he didn't fit in. He was quiet, socially awkward, obsessed with logic, numbers, and patterns most people couldn't see. From a young age, it was clear that Turing's mind worked differently. While others followed rules, he questioned them. While others accepted reality, he tried to break it down into systems. He didn't think like his time. He thought like the future. Turing was born in 1912, the younger of two brothers. He was brilliant, intensely curious, and surprisingly athletic. He rode his bicycle everywhere. On his first day at boarding school, a train strike left him stranded. So he cycled more than 60 miles to get there, and arrived on time. Yet his school nearly failed him. Despite excelling in science, his headmaster believed he was wasting his time. If he focused only on scientific thinking, they said, he didn't belong. In 1928, Turing met a classmate named Christopher Morcom. The two became inseparable. They shared ideas, passed notes in class, and explored deep problems in physics and mathematics together. For Turing, the bond went even deeper. He developed strong feelings for Christopher. Then, in 1930, Christopher died suddenly of tuberculosis. Turing was just 17. The loss devastated him, and it changed the direction of his life. He became obsessed with a single question. What is the mind? And could it be explained, or even recreated, using mathematics? This idea would define everything that followed. Turing went on to study at Cambridge, earning top honors. Later, he studied at Princeton in the United States. By the time he returned to Britain, Europe was on the brink of war. In 1939, Alan Turing was recruited to Bletchley Park, Britain's top-secret code-breaking center. At the heart of Nazi military communication was a machine called Enigma. It encrypted messages so complex that the code changed every single day. To most experts, Enigma was unbreakable. The Allies were blind. They didn't know where attacks would happen, where ships would be sunk, or where armies would move next. At Bletchley Park, teams worked around the clock. Mathematicians, linguists, engineers. And at the center of it all was Alan Turing. He was eccentric. He rode to work wearing a gas mask to protect himself from pollen. He chained his coffee mug to a radiator so no one would steal it. His bicycle chain was faulty. Instead of fixing it, he memorized exactly how many pedal turns it took before it fell off. But when it came to code breaking, Turing saw what others couldn't. He designed a machine unlike anything the world had seen. It didn't just calculate numbers. It searched for patterns. It tested logic at a speed no human ever could. Day by day, message by message, the impossible began to crack. Turing and his team broke the German naval codes, including those controlling U-boats. Suddenly, the Allies knew where submarines were headed, where convoys would be attacked, and how to strike back. At its peak, Bletchley Park was decoding more than 80,000 enemy messages every month. The war changed course. Historians estimate that Turing's work shortened the war by at least 2 years. 2 years. Millions of lives saved. yet almost no one knew his name. After the war, Turing turned back to the question that had haunted him since his youth. Can machines think? In 1950, he proposed what became known as the Turing test, a way to determine whether a machine could imitate human intelligence. At a time when computers filled entire rooms, Turing was already imagining artificial minds. Modern computing, artificial intelligence, the digital world itself. All of it traces back to that single question. But while Turing's ideas were decades ahead of their time, his society was not. In 1950s Britain, being gay was a crime. When Turing's private life was discovered, the government didn't see a war hero. They saw a criminal. He was arrested, put on trial, and given a choice: prison or chemical castration. Turing chose the treatment, hoping he could continue his work. Instead, it destroyed him. The hormone therapy caused severe physical and psychological damage. His body changed. His mind suffered. His ability to work collapsed. The man who broke Nazi codes was now considered a security risk. His clearance was revoked. He was banned from government work, isolated, humiliated. The country he had saved erased him. In 1954, at just 41 years old, Alan Turing was found dead in his home. Beside him was a half-eaten apple. The official ruling was suicide. The world barely noticed. Decades later, the truth finally emerged. Turing's wartime work was declassified. His role in shaping modern computing became undeniable. In 2009, the British government issued a formal apology. In 2013, he was granted a royal pardon. In time, his face appeared on the £50 note. Films were made. Statues were raised. But none of it could give him back the life he was denied. Alan Turing never lived to see the world he created. History remembered his ideas, but it failed the man behind them. Some geniuses are celebrated in their lifetime. Others are punished for being ahead of it.